morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for visiting. Today is Sunday, January 27th, and I'm going to be showing you my February planner setup. I am using Foxy Fix planners and notebooks, ring binders, and pretty much all Cocoa Daisy decorations. And before I forget to mention it, because I always do, if you see something that you like here and you decide to become a subscriber to Cocoa Daisy, in the notes section at checkout, if you'll put my name, Christine Bryant, that I referred you, you will get a $10 coupon for the store for a future purchase. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get going. I'm going to move everything here and start with my main personal planner for February. So I am using this beautiful pouch this month from the Divine Deanna at So Sweet Stuff. This is the A6 size for my A6 rings. I will link her shop down below. She makes the most impeccably beautiful planner pouches. So let me get this one open. And my February planner is this A6 rings in Spice Leather Chili from Foxy Fix. I have an ollie clip here with roses on it. I kind of like that it blends in with the chili, so it's there but not like in your face. I am waiting on a beautiful February swag from Lisa at Fur and You, so as soon as I get that, I will show it to you. And I've got some dangles here from let's see, from Fur and You and also from Nicole at the Opal Wild. So I've got Love is embossed here in the gold hollow and the fox and pip bow. So let's go ahead and open up and take a look. So here's the beginning of my planner, my inside. I don't have any clips or anything in here yet. I'm going to probably go through today and choose some to go ahead and washi tape in so that they'll stay. On my crisscross pocket, I've just got a tag. I do need a couple more decorative things in there. You guys, if you know me, you know my pocket game is weak. I do think I'll put a little bow right there in some twine. That will help that look a little bit nicer. And here's my art piece for this month. So rather than using the cover of the Dory booklet and decorating it with die cuts as I usually do, I decided to stamp out a whole scene with Simon and Betty. And here is why. When you press on this heart, I hope you can see that, the hearts, 3 of the hearts in the names and the 3 hearts around Simon and Betty light up. There are electronics under here, sandwiched in between these 2 sections. And if you want to know how to do this, at the end of this flip through video section, I have a tutorial on how to make this. I think it turned out really cute, so I love that. Next, I made a little shaker pocket with the sequins that came in the Memory Keeping Classified kit. There's also a Simon and Betty die cut in there. And then here is my notepad pouch. I always make a notepad pouch for pages from the monthly notepad from Cocoa Daisy. This was a piece of vellum, and I folded it in half. I ran it through my laminator. I cut off the top so that there would be an opening, and I keep pages from the notepad in there. I find the whole notepad is just too bulky to keep in here, so I rip off maybe 10 pages at a time, and as I use them, I just add more to it. So this is really handy because I always have a piece of paper handy, and it's in a cute little container. Here is my Simon card. This month's kit is aptly named Simon and Betty, and Simon and Betty are everywhere. If you are a Simon lover, you are in love this month because there are literally like a dozen Simon and Betty cards. So this little flippy thing card holder was made by my friend Jen Crowder at Happy Place Planning. And so I love this because it's 2-sided. I can put 2 cards in and see both Simon and Betty. So my first section, as always, is my planning section. These dividers are made from Cocoa Daisy papers with Cocoa Daisy tabs. And these dividers, these clear top loaders, are made by Type A for Alexa on Instagram. I'll link her down below also. And they're top loading, so I have inserted papers and pocket cards. So this is the standard Dory booklet that I have cut down to A6 size. I end up taking about an 1/8 inch off each side, about a quarter total, and then a pretty good chunk, about a third of the book, either from the top or bottom, depending on where the artwork is, so I can decide what to keep. The notes page here, the divided sections, this is where I do my daily planning, and since today is January 27th, I will plan out this week in my January ring binder. Since February 1st is on Friday, I'll go ahead and plan out the first 3 days of February with this week of January in my January notebook, and then I'll start here with next Monday, which will be what, the 4th? So yeah, I'll start February 4th. I'll do this next weekend. But you can see that I've cut the Dory booklet. And here's the interesting thing about cutting the top or bottom of the Dory booklet, which I did not realize would happen until this month. So these 2 pages are actually, you can see the pink line and the yellow line. I have cut the bottom off of, no, I've cut the top. There we go. The top off of this page and the bottom off of this page. All right, this is what the whole thing. So I lost some artwork up here, but the reason I did that was because of, I wanted to keep this down here. There we go. I wanted to keep that. So then I wanted to keep the top of this page here. So I was a little bit worried about what would happen if I cut the top of one and the bottom of the other, but what ended up happening, because I was afraid that these lines would be like, off like this, and that was going to drive me nuts. But it actually ends up that the lines still line up almost perfectly. They're just different colors, and I can live with different colors. It was going to drive me nuts if they were offset. And that used to happen when I cut down the B6 Dory booklet for A6 size, but with the standard, it works out perfectly. So I'm really kind of excited about that. Happy accident. But these gridded sections in the front, I do daily. And then there's a middle section where you can put like notes or, you know, what have you here. And then it goes back to divided sections again. I pick up the rest of the month here. I don't often use the pages in the middle just because I don't really know what to do with them. I'm waiting for inspiration to strike. But I wanted to keep all of this amazing artwork this month, so that's why instead of just always cutting the top or always cutting the bottom, like I couldn't cut this. I had to keep that. I had to keep this, so that's why I cut the bottom off of this one. So that's why I had to do that. At the back of my planner section is my tracker. So here's a brand new tracker printed out for February, which I'll probably transfer. No, I'll keep this in this planner. I fill out the tracker at night, so I'll do my complete planner transfer next week. February, then is my monthly. There's the second page of the January. Here's my February monthly. Lots of February birthdays, and then if I go anywhere or have an appointment or something, I jot that in here, and then I refer to this when I'm doing my weekly plans so I can transfer things over. And then here are just like, this is how I forward plan with Post-it notes. I'm using this sequined pencil pen clip and this amazing pen that came in the Cocoa Daisy kit this month. This is the second time we've gotten a pen like this. There's another one coming in the March kit with beautiful watercolors. And these are like have quickly become my second favorite pens. Actually, you know what? Maybe even first favorite. It might be a tie between these and Pen Gems. Just a little bit, I just love. So that's going to be fun to use this month. After my monthly section is where I keep track of social media posts. I don't write down everything that I post every day, but I do want to keep track of the Cocoa Daisy Planner Challenge photo prompts, and when the Daily Fox prompts come out, I'll put another page here with those. I'm on the Cocoa Daisy planner design team, and so I try to participate in as many of these photo challenges as possible. One, because it's fun, and two, just to share the Cocoa Daisy love. Here is my expenses section. This insert is, I think, from Annie Plans. I could be wrong. Maybe it's Peanuts Planner Co. Shoot, I shouldn't say that unless I know. Oh, Plannerpedia. I was wrong. It wasn't either of those. Plannerpedia on Etsy. So it's kind of like a checkbook register, basically. I'm just going to, you know, whenever I buy something, I jot it down here so I can make sure I'm keeping track of what I'm spending. And then in the back is my bill paying section. So I've got a page in here for every month, and when I pay my bills for the month, I just jot it down, and then I can compare back and forth to previous months and see how bills are looking. I've got a debt repayment section in here too to eliminate a little bit of credit card debt. And then that's the end, and then this is the kit card, the Simon and Betty kit card with the inspiration on the back here. So this is what I'm using for February. Love that, how it came out. And let me show you real quick the other things I'm going to be using. So this is my main personal planner. My work planner continues to be my A5 size Leuchtturm notebook. This beautiful swaggy dangle, it was a collaboration between Peony's Papery, who makes my favorite bows, and Fur and You, who makes my favorite felt swags and accessories. And this came out, gosh, I want to say they did this maybe in December or early January. Maybe it was December. I think it's been a while, maybe before that. And I had forgotten all about these, and I was looking for something to put on the front of this planner, and I was like, oh my God, that collab is perfect. So I pulled that out, and I'll just show you real quick inside my teacher planner. So at the beginning of the book are my monthly layouts. I just finished my February one today, so there's that. I've already got down 8th grade meetings, PLC meetings, grade level meetings, department meetings, lunch duty, etc. So whenever I have appointments, or not appointments, meetings, conferences, parent conferences, that kind of thing, it goes here on the monthly calendar. And then when I do my weekly layouts, I refer back to this to see what needs to go in there. My weekly sections, these pages are being left for future months. And then my weekly pages are all the same, Monday through Friday, with scheduled items on the left, and then generic must do sometime this week items on the right. And they're just decorated monthly. I choose one of the Cocoa Daisy washies for the whole month, and I use that washi to edge that month's pages. And I pick some colors. Sometimes I use some stickers or stamps. Here was January, and let's see, here's the current week, and then this is for next week, and then I'll do a February, and next weekend I'll plan out the next week for February. So yeah, so this is my teacher planner. I've got another Simon card here. Never trust an atom, they make up everything, haha. A5 dashboard from the Cocoa Daisy kit, just to give a little bit of stability and stiffness to the front, because coconut is a very soft leather. This is the sugar coconut. I know people are afraid of a white planner, but you guys, this coconut gets so dirty on my desk, and you just take a damp cloth and wipe it down, and all the dirt disappears, so it's fabulous. So, personal planner, teacher planner. You already saw my beautiful bag. As I did in December and January, I created myself a sticker envelope. So this is out of a piece of 12 by 12 paper that I had in my stash. This paper is actually from Lawn Fawn, and I liked it because it had the hearts on the inside. That was perfect for February. And I keep all of my stickers for this month's Cocoa Daisy kits in here. I used to keep my stickers in my planner when I was using Personal Wide, but my A6 rings are too short for these sticker pages, and so I needed another solution, and I didn't want them loose in my bag. So in December, I came up with the idea of making a sticker envelope. It was really easy to do. There is a tutorial in my December setup video for how to do this. So if you go back to my December 2018 setup video and look in the description box, you'll see the timestamp, and you can just click on that and it'll take you straight for the tutorial if you don't want to watch the rest. And this envelope took me probably 5 minutes. I can't even tell you how super easy it is to make, and I do not have a template. I use a piece of 12 by 12 paper, score it, fold it, cut it, done. So it's super easy. If you're interested in something like this, you can go see that tutorial. Let's see, here is, I just finished today decorating the front cover of my memory keeping dory. So I also am a subscriber to the fairly new, this is the 2nd month now, of the TN memory keeping kit. And it comes with the blank dory, although it's not really blank. There's already some pre-done artwork, as you can see, to sort of give you a little background for your memory keeping pages. So it just sort of, you don't have to do the entire thing from scratch. Just a quick flip through here. So beginning in February, I will start putting photos, and my gratitude, my daily gratitude goes in here. I made this little tag for, it says February 2019. And then, so I'll have one of these every month for the year, and it'll be nice to go back and look at memories. So as I said, I've only done the front cover today. I will wait until the weekend to start putting things in it. And let's see, my wallet for this month. Yes, boys and girls, that is purple. So I bought this Royal Violet compact micro back when it was released, and I don't remember when that was. It has been several months. It came out and it was gone in a flash. And A6 rings, so this had to be, gosh, this would have had to be like maybe September, August or September. A6 rings were not out yet. I didn't start using mine, I think, until October. Might have even been November, I can't remember. So since the A6 rings weren't out, I couldn't buy this in A6 rings, so I knew the only other thing I would use would be a wallet, so I bought this. And I thought that with all the pinks and purples, well, not many purples, but with all the pinks and the chili color, I thought that this would be a good time to pull out this purple, because it's not a bright purple, it's a dark purple. And so I thought it would coordinate. It says Dream on the front, and I think that's plain silver foil. It doesn't look holographic to me. And oh, look at that, I did not get the bow on the side. I normally do. But my wallet this month is the same as it always is. Blank insert in the front in case I need to put anything there. I need to fill out this dashboard still. I'm using a pink peppercorn wallet insert. And my credit card, card holder stuff is back here. I've got a white pen. This little mini pen is from Brighton. And stamps right here. And if I ever had any cash, it would go in there. I will also have a swag of some kind to go on the front here. When that comes, I will let you know. And then finally, for how am I holding my planner accessories, my supplies. So normally, well, I shouldn't say normally, sometimes included in one of the Cocoa Daisy planner kits is a zipper pouch. And when they include a zipper pouch, I use that to carry my planner supplies with me. This month does not have one, so I found this pencil bag in my stash, my cabinet of bags, and it's got some of the colors in it, so I thought, okay, this will work. So basically just inside of here, I think I originally bought this at Target. I've got my scissors, pens, pencils, X-Acto knife, washi, tweezers, eraser, pencil sharpener, basic things that I need to plan on the go. And this just travels in my tote bag with me and my planner stuff. Oh, you know what? I did forget to show you one thing. And that is my clips and accessories for this month. I'm not going to go through all these, but I will show you some of my favorite things. This clip came in a Simply Gilded subscription box. Oh, here's the Simon clip that came this month. How cute is he? I mean, really. I've got 3 pops in here from the Peach Palmetto. This pink one I just picked up in Atlanta in December at Winter Plannerland. So I've got these. This comes from Whimsy Delight. I've got a white one too somewhere. I should probably pull that one out too. The little fox was given to me. I'm not sure where he comes from, but I like him because he's pink. All of these felt florals are from Fur and You, aside from her beautiful swag. She also does these great clips. Let's see if I have anything else in here. This clip actually came from the January Cocoa Daisy kit, but with the heart, I thought it was perfect to keep also for February. This little heart, I believe, is from Katie Jo Collections on Etsy, Katie Jo Collections. My Scrabble tile clip is from Sweet Lemon and Lime, which is on Etsy. And this cute little dotted Swiss bow is from Lily and Lola Co. And I think everything else that's in here is from one of those shops. So there you go. Oh, and I see a clip across the table. Hold on, I'm going to grab that for you, because I always have at least one or two Alice bows in here. Here it is, and it goes perfectly with that collab, the collaborative swag. Ah, so perfect. Peony's Papery for the Alice bows. I keep all of those in this photo box, and then this can travel in my tote with me and nothing gets damaged. So there you go, guys. There's my pretty much my complete February setup, everything that I'm going to use for the month, minus a couple swags. Whenever they get here, I'll put them on. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about anything, let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer for you. And stay tuned right after this if you're interested in watching the segment on how to make that light up dashboard. Thanks everybody for watching. I will see you in the planner world. Hey everybody. Happy whatever day it is for you. Today is Saturday, January 26th. And I am setting up my February planner this weekend. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different with my front piece. If you've seen any of my other previous planner setups, you see that I usually cut down the Dory booklet and I use die cuts and elements from the printables to create little scenes on the front of my Dory booklet, and this goes in the front of my planner. For February though, I decided to do something a little bit different. And if you haven't seen this before, I thought this might be a good tutorial for people because it looks complicated, but it's really quite easy to do. What I've decided to do this time is I stamped out a little scene with Simon and Betty, and I am going to use this Chibitronics LED circuit sticker kit to put little lights on my Dory booklet and put this over here so that when this little heart right here is pressed, lights under here will light up for Simon and Betty. I've had this kit in my storage closet, my craft room, for I don't know how long, and I was cleaning things out and I was like, I want to use that. And then I thought, ooh, Simon and Betty, that would be perfect. So I want to walk you through the process of how to do this. The kit comes like this. There's a little booklet that gives you tells you how to do it and gives you some things to experiment with. And then it comes with 2 batteries, 2 binder clips, 3 white lights, 2 reds, 2 yellows, and 2 blues. And I actually watched, there are tutorial videos on YouTube. Oh, and it also comes with this copper tape. There are all kinds of tutorials on YouTube, and I watched one of those and read the book, and it's really pretty simple to do. But I know some people would rather watch than read. So I'm going to show you how I did this. So first of all, I decided what my scene was going to be. I cut my white paper to the size that I wanted. It is a little bit narrower all the way around than my, this is actual A6 size, because I wanted just a little bit of a border there. And I stamped Simon and Betty using this stamp set. I realize that I cannot see if I am in frame. Oh yes, I am, there you go. This stamp set is from one of the February planner kits. And I used this alpha set to stamp the letters which I love a good alpha, and I knew the moment I saw this in the sneaks, I was going to adore it. And then I used, there's a teeny little, 2 little hearts right there, and that's what I used to stamp around Simon and Betty. So I decided what my scene was going to be, and then I decided where I wanted the lights. And what I want is I'm going to put a blue one behind the S for Simon, a yellow one behind the D, a red one behind the E, and then these 3 little hearts are going to have white ones behind it. The battery that runs the circuit is going to be right here behind the heart, and I'm going to set it up so that when you press the heart, the lights will come on. So they won't stay on all the time. It's not going to run down the battery. It's going to be like a little switch where you have to press it. And so rather than using, you know, if I tried to use die cuts, my circuit would show. So that's why I did it on a piece of paper. So in order to figure out where the lights have to go on here, what I did was I took another piece of cardstock the same size as this one, and I flipped it over and I held it up to a light. So the light shined through from the back, and I could see where the spots were that I wanted the lights. So I marked them. Then I used a Sharpie to, I marked them with pencil. I used a Sharpie to make a dark dot. And then since this is upside down and I need it to be right side up, I turned it over and I could see my Sharpie through there, and I put more dots on there again. So this is how I know this is where my lights are going to be when it's this way. Then I took this and I put it on top of here. And this is why I punched the hole, so I could line it up perfectly every time. And I took a needle and I just poked a hole right through the paper and right through the cardstock on the back so that I could see all 7 of those holes. Once I did that, I could see where my circuits need to be, or where my lights need to be. So I just drew a little circle around each one so that I could tell where they were. And then I laid out, you can see my path here of where my copper tape is going to go. So basically from the battery, which is going to be here, we're going to have 1 run of copper tape that goes out and connects with the plus side and ends at a light, and then another copper tape that runs back down the negative side and then back to the battery. And when this is closed, there will be a piece of copper up here. When this is closed, then we'll have a complete circuit and the lights will light up. When this is left open, then the lights will go out, so you don't run down the battery all the time. So what I've done, I've marked the plus and minus sides because, let me grab one of these little lights for you. These are teeny, there's 3 of them on a sheet. And the W stands for white, and I don't know if you can see there's a little tiny plus and a little tiny minus on each one. The plus side has to connect to the plus side of the battery, and the minus side has to connect to the minus side of the battery. So that's why I wrote which line was plus and which line was minus. So when I go to put the circuit, when I go to put the light on there, I'll know if it has to go this way or if it has to go that way, okay? I just stuck this little flap of paper down with double-sided tape, and now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the copper tape and I'm going to run both of these circuits. You may be able to see, this is a little bit torn up here. I tried this probably 3 or 4 times before finally figuring out the way that it's going to work. I was first thinking I was doing like this zigzag, like, you know, straight line situation. But the problem is with the zigzag is I was having the copper in some places do like this. And once the second row of copper comes in, there was no way to set down the light where it only touched the 2. If the copper touches itself, or if the lights connect in more than 2 points, one on one side, one on the other, you will overload the circuit and basically it won't work. So I finally, I don't know what took me so long, finally came up with the idea that it doesn't really matter what the copper looks like. It doesn't have to go straight between, as long as I make, you know, nice straight lines where the lights are going to be so that the connection is nice and clean. So I have drawn this out, and what I'm going to do is now put down the tape. So the tape comes in this roll, and you can see it's wider. They recommend that you cut it in half. I just used my embroidery scissors, what I use for fussy cutting. I unrolled a pretty large piece because I didn't know how long it was going to take me to go around, and it works best. If you have too much, you can just cut it off, but if you don't have enough and you end up short and you have to put another piece on, the connection between two pieces is not so great. You can fold this tape and kind of crumple it. As long as it stays together in one piece, the electrons will flow. So I'm going to probably fast forward you through this part of just watching me lay down the tape, but I'm going to go ahead and lay down both sides of this, and then I'll come back to you and turn on the lights, and we'll experiment, make sure it works before we finish it off. Okay. So the circuit is now laid down and it's not super clean. What I'm going to do now is go back and try to smooth it and flatten it as best I can so that the copper is as smooth as possible. It'll make the best connection. You might have seen when I first started, I was pulling on it and it ended up breaking, and I didn't want to take a chance of that not working, so I just pulled up that piece and started over again. The corners can be a little tricky, but you know, basically you just turn it so that it works. And that is going to be a little bit tricky also, because I'm going to have a circuit there. I'm going to have a light there rather. It's going to be like, but I'm gonna, once I stick the light down, I think that will stay. At least I hope it will. And let me go back and smooth down the other side. So we'll know here in a second if it's gonna work, because I'll attach the lights and we'll stick the battery in and we will experiment and make sure it works. So this little thing is like a switch. The positive side of the battery will face down, the negative side will face up, and I wrapped that copper around so that we have copper on the bottom, and then when you press this, the battery will have copper on both sides, and that will close the circuit and ideally turn the lights on. So let me look back at my little cheat sheet here. So the blue one is going to go here, and the plus is on this side. So I'm going to stick that down and hopefully make a good connection with that copper. Okay. The yellow one will go here. And again, hopefully that sticks well. Okay. The red one is going here. And then this is white, white, white. There's another white one. Plus side, okay, plus side right there. I did an experimental circuit with these on a piece of paper to make sure it would work before I filmed this, and I'm reusing the same lights, so they've been stuck down and then picked back up again. So if the stickiness is not good, I might have to switch to different lights. All right, so now, fingers crossed, we ought to be able to slide the, let's see which side is the plus side. Oh. Slide this in, and look at that. All right, see, perfect. Okay, so I want to keep that battery in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some double-sided tape that's a little bit higher than the battery so that this will not accidentally click on this all the time. I want to keep this paper up so that you have to press on it in order to make it go. Let's see how this is going to look though. Yeah, so see, you're gonna be able to see the lights. Oh, so cute, so cute, so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna cut some double-sided tape. And I'm gonna make it two thicknesses high because I don't want that battery to fall out. So I'm gonna put that, whoops, right there. Oh my goodness, stay down, thank you. Make sure that still connects. And then 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and that ought to do it. So now all that's left to do is to attach Simon and Betty. So I'm gonna put more double height, double-sided tape on here. Probably should just do a long strip. And there you go. So I don't know how well you can see. It's like broad daylight, but see the 3 lights behind the hearts? The light behind the E, the light behind the D, the light behind the S. I'll take a picture for you in just a few minutes of what it looks like in a little bit dimmer lighting. But there you go, guys. That's how you do the Chibitronics. It's kind of cool if you feel like experimenting yourself. I'd love to see how it turns out. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.